We at Firewater make a claim when we first meet or get in contact with potential clients, and that's that we're data-led. I just want to unpack that here and figure out what that means with you guys.
In essence, from where we're coming from, being data-led is being able to track, I guess, in essence, everything that we're doing from a digital marketing perspective, right? And tracking that back to our KPIs and your business objectives.
Not just tracking that, it's using that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So in the same breath, we'll track it, but we're utilizing that information to inform or give us insights about what the next steps are in a way that also kind of speaks back to the client and what they're trying to achieve.
Everything that's done digitally can be measured. If
Yeah.
it's not measured, then it isn't being done properly. So when we say data-led, it means use the data to make informed decisions. So, continual improvement can only happen if you know what you need to change. Too often, if you make massive changes all at once, it's difficult to see which one actually yielded the best result. When it's data-led, it's also just understanding those insights properly and trying to isolate each piece to understand what influences what. Data-led is a difficult one because people use that term and they throw it around, but they don't focus on single points. So they take a big, ream of data and a whole bunch of analytics, and then they can't actually, see the wood for the trees because you actually can't break it down into tangible results.
Yeah, because I know you're pedantic about it, in fact. When we start looking at reports for clients or moving forward with clients, where we start breaking down metric by metric, and you'll come back to us and ask us, why is it like this? We need to break down, get to the core of why it's like this, and make a decision and change it. We need to be able to fix problems that we're experiencing, and we can only do that by translating the data.
The numbers are going to tell you a certain story. And at the end of the day, I think a missed point is how one metric changing actually has a knock-on effect with a whole bunch of other metrics. So that creates an insight in its own. Sometimes your traffic drops, but your conversions go up. And what does that mean? And how can you unpack that? Because then it means if your traffic's dropping and your conversions are going up, the quality of your leads coming through is actually better, which means your ads are working better. So you're spending less money to get traffic to your site, and the people that are arriving there are buying. To the average person, they're going to see traffic dropping and not understand why, but sales are going up, there must be something wrong.
There's no use in getting 2 million people to your website a month if no one's going to buy anything.
Vanity metrics are an easy one that everyone gets lost in. Number of followers, size of database that you're emailing. It really comes down to number of engagement. How many customers are actually doing something? What are they taking actions? What are the behaviors? But you look to your agency to actually explain that. So the same way we look to the clients to understand their business, they look to us to understand the benchmarks, the best practices, set KPIs, make sure that these things are realistic as well.
As well as track their true conversions. We've been discussing recently how not every business is selling something online. Not every business is e-commerce, not every business is retail even. How do we track that?
Look, there's no silver bullet in digital marketing. We say that all the time. Success means different things to different clients. So ultimately, if you set those KPIs up front, which is absolutely imperative, then you've got some level of metric to measure success against. The thing with data is that it can be intimidating and it can be confusing. And sometimes it's by design. And even though the platforms make it accessible, it's still confusing if you know what you're looking for. Sometimes you have to step back from the data and look at the bigger picture of what's happening. You have to question all the data. You have to interrogate the data. The quality of your data is absolutely imperative. Once you've got that and you've interrogated in the right way, then you should be able to get to the true value of what it means.
It's about the KPIs at the end of the day. So your KPIs should be directly attached to certain metrics that you're measuring. And if those metrics are changing in a positive or negative way, what is influencing that metric? That's the basis of how we can keep ourselves in check and know that we are actually getting our job done for our clients, is by meeting those KPIs and really knowing exactly what affected us either hitting it or hopefully not missing the KPI.
I'm Andile with Firewater. Let's chat.